Let's be honest, really honest, because men don't get many safe spaces to talk about this. When it comes to men's health, there is one question that refuses to die. It follows men from adolescence into adulthood, into marriage, into their 50s, 60s, and beyond. It's whispered in locker rooms. It appears in awkward jokes at family gatherings. It fuels entire corners of the internet where comparison, exaggeration, and performance anxiety run wild. And the question is always the same. Does size really matter? You've heard it from friends. You've seen it in movies. You've heard comedians poke fun at it. You've seen social media inflate it into something monstrous and unrealistic. And behind all that noise, behind every joke and every meme and every exaggerated confession, there is a real man quietly wondering, am I normal? Do I measure up? Is there something wrong with me? And what do women actually feel about this? Today, I want to answer that question the way no one has answered it for you before, with science, with compassion, with honesty, and with the understanding that this isn't just a physical topic, it's emotional, psychological, relational, and deeply tied to a man's sense of dignity and self-worth. My name is Dr. Michelle Zion, men's health specialist, urologist, and intimacy educator. For more than 10 years, I've sat across from thousands of men who've carried this quiet fear for most of their lives. They tell me about the jokes that stuck with them, the comments that wounded them, the comparisons that haunted them. They tell me about the partners they were afraid to disappoint, and the moments when insecurity pulled them out of intimacy and into their own heads, spiraling into self-doubt. And here is the truth I wish every man could hear. What you think women want and what women actually want are not the same thing. Not even close. Science, real-world data, and women's private preferences all tell a very different story from what culture has been feeding you. And today, I'm going to reveal it. Then, I'll show you the 5 biggest mistakes men make that quietly damage confidence far more than any ruler ever could, and what you can do starting tonight to rebuild real, rounded, lasting confidence. So, stay with me until the end. Not just because this information matters, but because confidence, real confidence, is built on truth, not comparison. Let's begin. The myth is simple. Bigger is always better. It's what movies show. It's what jokes imply. It's what some friends exaggerate. It's what men are conditioned to believe long before they ever experience real intimacy. But here is the part no one talks about. Science does not support this myth at all. When women are surveyed privately, meaning no social pressure, no judgment, no performance expectations, the overwhelming majority choose average size as their preferred size. Average, not extreme, not cartoonish, not the unrealistic measurements pushed by adult entertainment. Average. Why? Because real intimacy isn't a performance, it's a connection, it's comfort, it's trust, it's pleasure, shared between two people whose bodies are designed to complement each other, not challenge each other. Overly large size can cause discomfort. Too much girth can cause pain. Too much length can cause anxiety and even physical injury. And here is the single most reassuring truth I want you to take to heart. The vast majority of men already fall into the preferred range, meaning you are almost certainly already enough. But enough men don't hear that truth, so they carry insecurities for decades, believing they're somehow lacking when in reality, they're perfectly normal. Let's talk about the science. Biologically, across international studies, the average erect length is 5 to 6 inches, and the average girth is 4.5 to 5 inches. This range, not the extremes, is also what women consistently choose when selecting intimacy aids in private. Emotionally, men often compare themselves to the absolute top 1% of extremes, not realizing the content they're comparing themselves to is heavily curated, selectively filmed, and often surgically or enhanced. Practically, comparing yourself to unrealistic media will always create anxiety, even when you're right on target. Now, let's go deeper. Because insecurity doesn't just affect the bedroom, it affects everything. It affects how a man carries himself, how he approaches relationships, how he communicates, how he views his own masculinity. Some men even sabotage relationships, terrified that a partner will judge them. Some avoid intimacy, Some disconnect from their partners emotionally. Some overcompensate with aggression, bravado, or perfectionism. And all of it, every fear, every insecurity lives in a shadow created by misinformation. So let's break that shadow. Let's illuminate the truth. Here are the 5 biggest mistakes men make and the powerful shifts that will transform not just intimacy, but confidence, presence, and emotional strength. Mistake number 1. Believing media myths when men compare themselves to enhanced, curated, exaggerated media. They are comparing themselves to something that is not representative of normal human anatomy. Studies repeatedly show that extreme size is not what women desire for long-term, satisfying intimacy. The female body is physiologically designed for comfort, connection, and rhythmic stimulation, not for maximum size. Emotionally, when a man measures himself against unrealistic content, he rewires his brain toward insecurity, performance anxiety, and even erectile dysfunction. Practically, the shift is simple. Stop consuming content that distorts your reality. Replace comparison with connection. Mistake number 2. Ignoring comfort and fit. Most men don't realize that the female body is not designed for extremes. Excessive girth can cause tearing, dryness, and pain. Excessive length can hit the cervix, a painful experience for many women. Women overwhelmingly prioritize emotional safety, comfort, and intimacy far above size. What matters far more: pace, communication, warm-up, arousal, emotional presence, listening. Women consistently report that technique, connection, and attentiveness provide far more pleasure than size ever can. Practically, if you want to be unforgettable in the bedroom, be attentive, not anxious. Mistake number 3. Assuming all women want the same thing. Individual preferences vary, just like men vary in what they enjoy. But science shows subtle patterns. Women who report vaginal orgasms sometimes show a mild preference for slightly above fridge length, but we're talking about 6 to 6.5 inches, not extremes. The vast majority of women care more about trust, foreplay, rhythm, emotional closeness, relaxation, communication, and the feeling that their partner is present with them. Practically, instead of asking, "Am I enough?" ask your partner, "What makes you feel safe, comfortable, and deeply connected?" That one question can transform everything. Mistake 4. Neglecting overall health. Men often focus on size when they should be focusing on health. Erections depend on blood flow, nitric oxide, hormones, hydration, sleep, stress, fitness. Poor lifestyle choices weaken erections long before age does. A man with great blood flow, strong circulation, and healthy testosterone will perform better. Regardless of size, women consistently rank energy, vitality, emotional presence, and confidence far above physical extremes. Practically, drink water, move your body, reduce alcohol, sleep deeply, support your hormones. When your health rises, your confidence follows. Mistake number 5. Letting insecurity control your intimate moments. Anxiety is the number 1 killer of male performance. When a man enters intimacy worried about size, he floods his body with stress hormones. Cortisol rises, testosterone drops, and blood flow decreases. This leads to softer erections, premature climax, difficulty staying present, and emotional disconnection. Women sense this anxiety immediately, and it breaks the moment. Practically, before intimacy, take 3 deep breaths. Ground yourself. Focus on your partner's pleasure, not your performance. Tell yourself the truth. I am enough. I am present. I am here to connect. That shift alone can change your entire experience. So what can you do starting today? First, stop the comparison trap. Unfollow accounts that trigger insecurity. Curate your environment. Protect your mind. Second, learn the actual abacus. Don't accept myths when science is clear. Third, shift your focus to skills: foreplay, communication, rhythm, confidence, listening, and emotional presence matter far more than size. Fourth, invest in your health. Good circulation, hydration, sleep, and hormone balance will do more for your confidence than any number on a ruler. Fifth, build confidence rituals: deep breathing, gratitude, grounding, gentle self-talk, and focusing on connection over performance. Let's go deeper emotionally. Many men carry scars from adolescence, a comment in a locker room, a joke from a partner, a humiliating comparison, a memory that stuck with them far longer than they admit. For some men, the fear of not being enough becomes a lifelong shadow. But here is the truth. Science is on your side. Reality is on your side. Women's preferences are on your side. And the design of the human body is on your side. You are normal. You are enough. You are capable of deeply satisfying your partner, not because of a number, but because of who you are when you show up with confidence, connection, patience, warmth, and presence. Gentlemen, let me leave you with this. Confidence isn't found at the extremes. It's found in authenticity. It's found in understanding your body, respecting it, and caring for it. It's found in knowing that intimacy isn't about performance, it's about connection, it's about presence. It's about the energy you bring into the room, not the insecurities you carry in your mind. And here's the beautiful part. Men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s often experience their most confident years once they finally release the myths and step into truth. You don't need to measure up to exabushans. You need to measure up to yourself. And you already do. If this message reassured you, inspired you, or lifted a weight off your shoulders, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs truth, not judgment. I'm Dr. Misha Zion, reminding you that your worth isn't defined by inches. It's defined by confidence, health, presence, and the love you bring into every relationship. Stay strong, stay confident, and never forget, you are enough.